Whenever you're ready. Are you ready? You good? You nervous?
I'm ready.
You look a little tense, like you're worried.
No, not the slightest.
None the slightest? All right.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm great. No, fluid.
Hey, did you figure out what what the name for the show is going to be? The Right Turn is what I came up with.
I thought it was the whole enchilada.
No, dude. That's just the episode name.
The Right Turn.
Yeah, the right, or no, not the right turn. The
NASCAR
last
racers are professionals at turning left.
Yeah. The last turn, I think, is what I meant to say. The last turn. When you get off asphalt.
Like
that sounds like a gay bar. Oh, man. What are you doing to me? I don't know. We came up with the purple unicorn yesterday, too. I don't know what we came up with.
I don't think anyone's going to jump onto that one.
I don't know. We can figure this out, I guess.
Purple unicorn. Nice, this poor Jeep.
Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even talk about that on the show yesterday. About how his Jeep got stolen. That, by the way, that's
repurposed.
His old the blue Jeep?
I felt. Yeah, that was not ideal. I mean, even with his truck and his trailer and all that stuff, it's a lot of money. Dude,
do you know, my heart sank to my stomach. You know that I used to own, he leased the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, because I sold it back to him.
Months.
Yeah, I sold it back to him, and I said, "Here, I don't want to bring it out to California because I don't want it to be stolen. You know, if it gets stolen, my heart's gonna sink. You know, because it's his. You know, he put a lot of work into it and stuff like that. And I was like, if it gets stolen out here, it's gonna get taken apart. And then when he said somebody literally stole his whole setup, I was like, oh man, that I didn't need.
I thought he was a jerk. I thought he was jerking my chain when I first heard about it.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, like I first heard that his Jeep got stolen, and then they came out that his truck and his trailer, as well as everything else, was. I was like, no way. And then I found out that he didn't have full coverage on his Jeep, and I was like, oh,
he had liability. That's all he had, and that was rough. I was getting the Jeep evaluated, to just, so I could get full coverage on the Jeep. But I was like, well, that's probably not going with me, so I'll just keep it liability or whatever. But I had mentioned it to him, and I was like, man, this is rough. So, but yeah. So we started talking, and we started recording, and we started going off on a tangent. But hey, I'm Carlos, and that is Will Marshall. Will, go ahead and tell the people. I know we started talking about other stuff. We'll get into that in a little bit, but tell the people who you are and what you're doing.
Good people, welcome to the Carlos Show. My name is Will Marshall. I own and operate and possess all things related to Forge Overland. It is my baby. Started it a couple years ago, and we pretty much review anything we can get our hands on that's related to outdoor stuff. We have several articles up. We try and post frequently, but we are nonprofit at the moment, and actually more like negative profit.
Don't you love that?
All the time. But we do it for fun because this is our hobby. Oh, I know, it's great. But we do it for fun because it's our hobby, and everyone else likes to join in on it. And we started our Instagram, High Five Social Networks, about December. And
you're a little bit
just like that. So
you're a little bit
it's because we're badass.
You're a little bit behind the power curve there, buddy. December. You need to start getting on the social media stuff. Do you got a Twitter
What?
account?
No, I don't. I don't twat.
You don't twat? Come on, you got to twat. That's how you tell people about stuff.
No, I don't twat things.
So
I don't have time.
Are you on Instagram? You're on Facebook? I see your Facebook feed on your.
We're on Instagram,
page.
Facebook. We have our own website. Wow,
what's that website called?
We are in the press. It's forgeoverland.wordpress.com. We are working on getting a Squarespace website up right now for a whopping $15 a month. But that would give us a direct domain and prettiness all over the place, and would give a nice front for people to view.
You know, there's a person that I know that actually does website, that does and creates websites. If I didn't know what that guy's, I mean, I think his name is Carlos or something. I think he owns and operates a website company that creates and dabbles in that kind of stuff. Maybe you should give him a call.
Is that something like...
he's a little Mexican, but I think he has a white employer or something. He's got a co-founder that's white.
There. Let me see. I'm going to give him a call right now.
I think his name is Net Shuffle or something. You might want to try that. Net Shuffle. He also does social media marketing.
Yeah.
It'll work for you.
Oh, wow. That'll really eat out the bottom line.
I know. It's all right. So it's all right. You gotta explore sometimes. All right. So I got a bunch of articles here that you started in 2013, and I'm just kind of browsing. And tell me something about what these articles are about. Right, here, let me start with this one. This is the very last one here. So to recollect your very last memory, Stitch Witch. How did you come up with that name?
Yeah, I like to get as creative as possible with the names. This finger right here was removed by said knife when I was a little kid. So knives and I don't really have the greatest following of friendship together. So, I don't know, something like 20 stitches.
Oh, good Lord. That was
it works 100%.
That was like the whole finger.
It was like this.
That was like a whole chop off.
Yeah, the whole finger.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So, I carry a knife every day. This is the same knife in the article. Benchmade, what is it? Presidio Ultra. Yep. Auto. Sweet. Badass.
Very nice.
You don't want to know what I was doing because it's actually fairly embarrassing.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's with opening a bag of chips.
What? You were no. Now you got to say what the hell? How the hell that? How did you lose a finger opening a bag of chips? Seriously.
Well,
you were overconfident.
How old was I? I think I was overconfident and 11 years old when I cut my finger off.
Yeah, at least you weren't drinking.
I was hungry.
Apparently you were hungry for chips and fingers. So.
But yeah, the article is about, briefly about my history with knives, and as well as the quality and awesomeness that these knives are part of, and really what kind of your subculture that goes with it. Like, I was given that knife in the Air Force, and I still have it. I beat the shit out of it, and I broke the blade on it a couple times now, and Benchmade continues to replace it for free. They support the products that they make, and that goes into that story in a little bit more detail.
Okay. So tell me about the Air Force.
What else you got?
Well, the Air Force. Apparently you must have some pretty good stories with the Air Force,
because
you were in the Air Force.
Yeah. some of those stories will remain untold. But I enlisted in 2011. Yeah, 2011. Promptly went to San Antonio to get my ass kicked in basic training, and then was stationed in Port Hueneme Naval Base, Ventura County, Southern California, for 6 months after that.
We call that Middle Earth.
I fell in love with Southern California and been pining to get back ever since. Why? Because of all the strawberry fields?
Pretty much. That's not quite Southern California, but we just call it Middle Earth because it's quite in the middle. And
okay.
It's not northern, but it's not.
It's Oxford, Maine.
It's not northern or Southern California. It's just kind of there.
It's only 40 miles north of Los Angeles.
That's
only 40 miles
takes
north of Los Angeles.
That takes like 3 hours to get there. It's 40 miles, but it takes 3 hours.
No, it doesn't.
Take the 101. Take the 101.
You go through Malibu. Through Malibu.
Take PCH on.
Yeah.
To the 10.
We went.
And then it'll take you 2 hours just to get from PCH to the 101.
My turn. My turn. We left on Memorial Day weekend from Ventura and drove to Griffith Observatory and got there in 45 minutes on Memorial Day weekend down to PCH.
No way that happened. No way that happened. Because that means you, for those of you that don't know, PCH runs on the coast side, and the 101 is, pretty famous about being in traffic and stuff. So that's kind of the most direct route to Griffith Park. But if you take the PCH on the coast side, you have to take the 10, and then hop onto the 405 and shoot up so that you can get into
I've got pictures. I got the whole thing documented. Here, it's on my Facebook page. I'm bringing it up right now.
Oh, so you can share your screen too.
If I can find it.
Oh. We'll just believe you this time. But next time we'll ask for proof.
Yeah.
Until next time. Until next week, until I call BS on it because I didn't find it on your Facebook page.
It's on there.
So
all photos of all 6 months of being stationed there is there.
Oh. So what did you do in the Air Force?
I was a special vehicles maintainer. That was my title. Pretty much worked on mine resistant vehicles as a mechanic. Outfitted them, cleaned them up, bomb-proofed them. Yep.
Well, that's good. You were a smart guy.
Working on a naval base.
That was good because you're the smart guy. I was in the Marine Corps, and I was a bullet sponge. So that was that. That's what we call ourselves.
Air Force has all the money. We have air-conditioned tents.
Is it true that if you don't get no, I didn't even want to bring that up. How about I won't bring that up?
Come on.
So
let's talk about it.
Just talk about it. So do you get a per diem if your stuff is not up to par to the Air Force standards? So let's say you don't have air-conditioned tents. So if you don't get air-conditioned tents in the field, will they give you an allowance, an extra allowance? No.
You don't get per diem.
Well, here, let me just tell you what we got coming up. Next week, we got coming up is Jeremy. Jeremy does a lot of fly fishing stuff and goes all kinds of other places to go fly fishing and visits different states and stuff. So we got him coming up next week on the show, I think on Wednesday. So it'll be published on Thursday. He'll kind of bring us up to date on, some of the stuff he uses. So that's next week. I'm trying to line up some more stuff. So I think I'm trying to get a couple other people on here for the week after.
I have some ideas of some people I can talk to. We have a couple associates that we deal with.
Well, that sounds like a kind of
associates.
Kind of associates are you talking about? Because I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared of the associates you're talking about.
Actually, One
Are
of our
these drug
latest
dealers?
articles,
Drug
street drug
dealers?
dealers. No, we on our latest article, I believe it's titled Lava Snorkel. One of our new assistant editors, Scott Hunt, he lives out in Colorado. He wrote that one. He just recently fitted his third generation Toyota 4Runner with it, and he published that article, and it's actually in the process of being picked up by a couple other larger magazines, if you will, even like online magazines, actual published magazines, to be printed, published, and it's our first big deal.
So your associate editor went over there. I'm looking through the article as we speak.
Yes, associate editor. Mm-hmm. The title was from, I don't know if you remember that movie from the late 90s, Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan.
Yes,
where he's the
secret agent or something?
Geology survey guy.
Oh.
No, that's 007, dumbass.
The fact that you knew what I was talking about.
What? Come on. It's the 90s. Everyone remembers the 90s. It's a moment of clarity.
Exactly.
No, there's a scene in there where he's got this Chevy Suburban with a snorkel fitted on it, and he has to drive through a creek, and the lady in the passenger seat's like, "Oh my God, we gotta drive through a creek." He's like, "It's okay, it has a snorkel." And so that's where it came from.
Nice. How does he like the? Have you talked to him about the rooftop tent? The rooftop tent.
Tepui tent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Tepui, something like that. Not really at length. I'm sure he's going to be writing about it soon, but he apparently likes it quite well. I would like to get a rooftop tent one day.
I was considering getting one, but I obviously don't have a truck or a Jeep anymore, so that kind of put the kibosh in that. But
yeah, and they're kind of expensive too. Like I know Polar, they make a rooftop tent. I think it's like $900, but like a really nice, like Easy On or something like that. That's edging like $3,500, $4,000. Even like the Roost tents, those are like $6,000. Those are the nice ones.
ARB makes one too. That's the only one I've seen.
These other manufacturers, like I know, like Easy On and Roost and Cascade, those guys, they make the best ones. That's what the Expedition Overland guys use. They use the Easy On tents.
Yeah,
I think those guys.
I think once I get back there, I'm going to buy another Cherokee because I love Cherokees, but I'm buying a 4-door now. And I'm going to put a rooftop tent on it and make it kind of an expedition vehicle instead of just a kind of trail rig.
Should get yourself a first generation 4Runner. Grew up to Toyotas like the rest of us.
No, I don't like.
Or an 80 series Land Cruiser.
Now, there you go. The square body ones. Those are much better.
Well, that's 60 series, but
that goes to show you how much I know.
Find yourself a cherry one in Arizona. Yeah. Find yourself a cherry one out in sunny California and drive it back. Have Max put a LS2 in it.
No, I'm not doing.
Whatever happened with your buggy?
It's still at the shop. It's at the shop, actually collecting rust because none of it was covered. And it was covered in snow. The 12 inches you guys got. Your
straight pipe Ford. I wish you could have been there the night that we got Max's Jeep started up with the Corvette engine in it.
Oh. Wow. Man, I really do miss going to the shop and just just checking it out. What he's got up to. Usually he's always working on something, but
That was one of the most fun nights there that I can remember. It was hilarious.
he was all giddy and
like
all that.
There was like 8 inches of fire coming out of the throttle body, and Max had his hand over it trying to find where the vacuum leak was coming from. Like he had his hands over it, and the fire was coming out of the web of his fingers.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh my God.
It'll be all right. It'll put some beer over it."
Yeah. And then Quentin's laying underneath the Jeep where the headers come out, trying to keep the fuel pump going because he's got to hold a positive wire on the fuel pump the entire time. He's getting his because there was all these air leaks in it, it was bouncing off the rev limiter because the throttle body wasn't doing anything. It was like it was 100% open, and so he's got the long tube headers on it, and Quentin's laying under there on the ground with the 12 volt on the hot for the fuel pump, and both these headers are just blasting straight at him while Max is running this thing at red line trying to figure out where the leak is coming from. It was hilarious.
Nice. So that's a pretty good.
It was awesome.
So the vehicle we're talking about is a custom vehicle. It's an aluminum body made by Aqua.
The Scramdeezy.
The Scramdeezy? Is that what he called it?
Yeah. That is the official name. It's the Scramdeezy.
The Scramdeezy.
I'm actually in the process of getting some Rubicon lettered hood decals made for it that say Scramdeezy.
Nice. Very nice. I'm still trying to talk my wife into a JK.
I miss mine a lot. I really do. My JK was awesome.
Why'd you get rid of it?
But I know
for a Forerunner?
Car payment.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's why I got rid of. Oh no, I got rid of my truck just to get rid of payments, to pay off stuff.
Just to get another payment.
No, we only have one car payment right now.
I really I love my Forerunner to death. It's awesome. It's a fantastic truck. It's quiet. It's spacious. It's modern, and it gets decent fuel mileage. But the thing that irritates me the absolute most about it is the lack of front suspension travel. I would say I probably have a total of maybe, at best, 8 inches. And it is just unnerving. Coming from Jeeps that, my TJ and my JK both had 13 inches of travel on each side in the front.
That's up and down or just one way?
But just total.
Total. Oh, okay.
Yeah, up and down. Yeah.
Right.
I think my JK had something like I think it had 4 up and 9 down.
In the XJ,
wasn't all that great for speed.
My XJ had 5 down, so 9 maybe in the front, but it was a 1700. But the buggy, that's a whole different story. That's got like 1.5 feet on each side.
That's a buggy, buddy.
I know, that's fun. You just go over stuff. Eventually, I'll finish.
When I had my JK, When I had my JK, I had full intent of running totally flareless, being the first person to not run flares at all on a stock suspension with 40-inch tires. And that did not come together because I got rid of it before I could get that far.
How were you going to do that?
But I did have 37s. What do you mean?
How was that going to happen on stock suspension? I think 37s is about as big as you can go without opening the rear wheel well for 40s.
Well, that's where, what I had done was I was going to, the front would have been fine. It was, the only thing that needed to happen in the front was a slight notch on the actual frame rail where the tire would have been in contact because the scrub radius on the front axle wasn't sufficient due to its width. But on the rear, it's really easy to cram 40s in there without doing any lift just by clearancing just a few small pieces of sheet metal. And if you're not running fender flares, then you don't really have any other contact issues outside of just making sure the tires fit and, adjust the appropriate level of bump stops and get as much down travel as you can. You got a rock crawling monster.
I'm queuing up this video
Especially
for
if you
you.
have things like anti-rocks.
So there's obviously you know who Jay Leno is, right? He's got this internet show on YouTube, Jay Leno's Garage, and he has Fab Fours.
The Fab Fours Jeep.
So what's
that
that
I watched
on?
that this morning.
That's like 53 inches or something.
50s.
50s on like 22,
it's on
24s.
50-inch tractor tires. 50-inch tractor tires, 24-inch rims, if I'm not mistaken. It's running Pro Rock Dana 80s from Dynatrack. And surprisingly, the stock 3.6-liter Pentastar.
It's powered
5-speed automatic.
Yeah.
Yes. I was very surprised when I heard it because they had only gone to 538 gears, which I suppose is as big a gear as you can cram in those 80s. But for a 50-inch tire, that doesn't seem like it's quite enough.
Yeah, it looks like, they got full hydro front, RCVs. What else they got on there? Custom suspension.
And frankly, I don't think the Pro Rock 80 is really up to par for that size of tire either. I mean, that level of tire to really make it work is going to be looking at, 2.5-ton Rockwells.
So
there we go. Fab Fours.
So this is the Fab Four car we were talking about. I don't really like the front. I don't like the fenders at all. It's the dumbest fenders ever, but
yeah,
it works.
It's not wide enough for how big the tires are, and the tires are just too big.
Yeah.
It's like that. Remember that Kraken Jeep that certain competitor in town was using? That thing was just ridiculous.
I don't know what Kraken Jeep
was
is.
Was that on 54-inch Baja claws?
Yeah, I don't know.
I forget.
Do you know
I forget
what car?
The company, the LED company.
You mean C-Words or something? C-Words. Oh, I know what you're talking about. C-Words, Stee-Words, or C-Words LED or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Jeep is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I haven't really seen it. I just know it's super huge, like Monster and everything. So, it works. It works for the marketing.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's an excellent ploy that they have for that part. It works very well because it's shock and awe.
Yeah.
But as far as function is concerned,
hey, if it's for marketing, I could see. I mean, just like Fab Four, we're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna like the fenders and the tires and stuff, but we're talking about it. You know the car that I like, the street legal car?
There's the SEMA show Jeep.
Yeah.
What's that?
The Rally X-Fighter. That's the X-Fighter. The Rally X-Fighter. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Dude, the street legal desert truck. That's good. Just make a right turn into the dirt. Start jumping it.
Have you seen did you see the Jeeps that Jeep brought out for Easter Jeep Safari this week? The Renegade and all those? And
the throwbacks to their desert color 10. Yeah, I seen parts or bits and pieces of them. I think I seen the two of them with outdoors and stuff.
Did you see that rescue one they made? It's like it's red, it's on 37s, and it's like a pickup truck kind of. That thing's badass. I want that. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
I haven't seen does it look like the Discount Tire Rescue Jeep? Because that'd be a straight knockoff.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it is. it's cool. I think
do
they did
like that.
Well, I mean, obviously they have the full power of Chrysler behind them,
Wow.
but it's pretty snazzy. Look at that. That thing's just good.
Oh, well, that's not quite. Yeah, it's got toolboxes. That's nice, and you could still fit four people.
That's not quite this. It's not quite the same thing as. Yeah, it's not quite the same thing as the discount tire one, but it's cool as hell.
Do you know what that reminds me of? The Avalanche. The way that looks. I hate the fucking Avalanche with
the Chevy Avalanche.
The Chevy Avalanche. But I guess I'm just looking at it, just did a Google search. It's got sliders. So it's got sliders on the bed, toolboxes.
It's got everything, man.
Yeah, I like it.
The Cherokee Chief one, though, that thing is cool as hell.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one too. The one that I do like is that rescue truck from Discount Tires. The one they took out, that Peterson 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. The one that Evo built.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice because you still could go take it wheeling.
I was talking to Mel Wade not too long ago, and he was saying that they removed the toolbox off the back of it and put it on a trailer, and we're going to build a new toolbox bed kind of thing because it was so heavy. I think it was LS2 or LS3 in it, and they had it jumped up to like 500 or 600 horsepower. I'm totally pulling that out of my ass because I can't remember, but he was just commenting about how heavy it was. So, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that one. Didn't they, oh no, they didn't build, they just took a F-250 and didn't build another one. They just kind of did a pickup truck that just kind of goes wheeling. But that was it. They didn't do another rescue one. So.
No, I mean, it's legitimately a Jeep. I think it started its life as a 4-door sport, and they lengthened the frame and strengthened it and all that stuff. Peterson's Fred Williams, he has a 4-door Wrangler. I think it's a 07 that they managed to cram a 5.9-liter Cummins into. It's on 40s.
Who's that company that's out of... that's doing all the upgrades? It's not an AEV. They're putting some...
AEV does it, and then there's another one.
I think it's the other one. The one that does the Brute or something. No, it's not the Brute. The Brute is by AEV. Yeah. Somebody else did something else. There's another company that does... oh, man. They went out to Moab or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I can't remember it. The guy who owns Nemesis Industries, who makes all the aluminum JK armor, the guy who owns that owns the V8 conversion company.
Yeah, they're putting Hemis in there. So it's a Hemi conversion or something. Yeah, they took a Brute, put a Hemi in there.
Right.
Or yeah. So whoever does that, so Nemesis, I don't even know how to.
Yeah, Nemesis Burnsville Offroad. That's what it is.
Burnsville Offroad.
Yep. They're the other company that is like Chrysler licensed Hemi conversions.
Yeah.
And then there's another company. I don't know too much about them. Gerald Lee, the guy who owns Savvy, out. I think it's in Orange County. I think that's where he's based out of now. He is doing LS and big block Chevy conversions left and right because Gerald is really good friends with the Curry family.
Yeah.
And Casey Curry, I think Casey Curry might be John's nephew. He's got that 8-arm independent front suspension.
I saw that at King of the Hammers
that they just finished up. Supercharged 454 big blocks, like 1,200 horsepower.
It's
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I saw it on. They actually just put up a video of their dyno. They were dynoing it. But I saw that at King of the Hammers. It looks pretty.
They're in Moab right now for
Easter Jeep Safari.
Yeah, they're in Moab right now for. Yeah, and he's got pictures all over his Instagram of that thing running. I think there's a couple videos too.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty good.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. Have you ever gone to Easter Jeep Safari?
No, I really want to. It's on the to-do list. One of my friends is there right now. Actually, two of my friends are there right now. He's a hot shot hauler. He's got a Dodge pickup, and he travels all over the country hauling stuff for people. But he had my buddy George drive his Jeep out to Moab about a week early, and then he eventually caught up with his truck and trailer and an assortment of Jeeps. And but he's there right now with his family. It's his third year in a row that he's going to go do it, and I'm pretty jealous. I really want to go. But now that I am a Toyota owner, I don't think that I'll be too welcome at Easter Jeep Safari.
Nah.
I can, however, go to the FJ Summit I think they do it, was it June or July or something like that in Colorado.
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
I'm all the way over here, and I don't have a rig to go anywhere, so I got like the Rubicon trails. Like,
Oh, you have one.
I do not have no Jeep. I got a little.
It's just
Toyota.
on the wrong side of the country.
Well, that's a buggy, and I don't have a truck, so that kind of solves that. So.
Why don't you borrow Max's truck? Ooh.
That's right.
Too soon.
Too soon? Too soon? No, not soon enough.
Too soon?
Yeah. So, that sucks. That sucks about
Poor fella. Oh, yeah. The roast. I remember right after it happened, I was talking to him about it. And he was saying that because his truck, it was like 97, first year or something like that. No, it was the last year of that body style truck with a Power Stroke, crew cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive 350 without dualies. And he said that he looked high and low for that thing to even begin with, just because that's the truck that he wanted, and that's what he got. And it took him forever to find it, and then it got stolen.
Well, he had it for a long time. He had it for a long time, so.
And he had what was that tent thing that he had?
Yeah, actually.
That folds out.
The camping tent.
Adventure Trailers makes them.
Yeah.
Flip pack.
Yeah, the flip pack. He had all his stuff in there too, all his camping and all like cameras.
All his tools, all his camping.
Dude, that was.
I mean, he lost everything.
I thought.
And then I don't know if he told you. I'm sure he did, but it wasn't maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago that he was driving around that white CJ8 that he has. He had his mountain bike in the back.
Oh yeah,
and some guy reached in there and stole his mountain bike. Yeah,
dude, he's
right. Everything's getting stolen out from under him.
Oh man, that is rough. He's had no luck.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't think I've had no.
But I mean, business is doing good for him, so I guess that carries over.
Well, it doesn't matter. That was like,
which I can't
60 to 80 grand worth of vehicles and tools. I mean, think about it. His was rock jocks front and rear, and still, I don't know.
Yeah, but he still has his business, which matters more.
That's true.
It is a lovely new life.
So what else you got in the works for this year? What do you got for
HD button do?
Don't touch that.
Oh, I can.
You can make it HD, but then you start freezing. I know, because you froze it. So you can make the picture HD as long as you have an HD camera. That's how we get our podcast in HD.
Let's just stick with that.
That's how we get our podcast in HD. I love this
You want me to
thing.
put it back on HD?
It doesn't matter. It's on my end that I have to
I'll
make
put
sure.
it back on HD.
You put it back on whatever you want.
There we go.
You like that?
It's better now. It's clear. You can see my lovely complexion and white
That
dress
is right.
beard.
Yeah. At least you don't have white hairs like I do. Look at that. That's some good
I'm a
hair.
lot younger than you are.
Well, that's true. How old do
It was
I
my
look?
birthday the other day, and I'm still younger than you.
How old do you think I am?
You're early 40s, mid 40s.
Thanks for the
I feel like I
vote of
remember you telling me
confidence.
that you're in your late 30s.
I'm 36. 36. 37 this year, but we're going to stick
Like I
at 36.
said, late 30s.
Late 30s, but vote of confidence
I
there
just
for
turned
45.
25.
You just turned 25. Good Lord. You kind of young buck. Have you gone
Yes,
wheeling
sir.
out? How long have you been?
Yes, sir.
Have you gone wheeling out in that side of the country? The East Coast? Where have you gone?
In California or East Coast?
No, East Coast.
Everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
Well, tell me a story.
We have, what do you want to know?
Well, you were
Go
about
to
to tell
Red
me a
River
story.
Gorge. I have wheeled at Red River Gorge, local parks throughout central and northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, southern Indiana, Black Mountain, Harlan County, Justified.
I don't go to Harlan. My kind is not welcome in Harlan. My kind might get shot in Harlan.
Oh, come on.
Oh, really?
They're just a bunch of drug runners. I'm from Michigan, so I spent quite a bit of time up there growing up, obviously. Did all the fire trails that the Michigan DNR offers. Big Bear, been to Hollister Hills, been to Valley. I went there with Blaine Johnson and Julie. That's pretty much the extent of my off-roading lifestyle.
Very good. All right, man. Well,
I've not been to Moab. Really want to go.
I haven't been to Moab either. I want to go, but eventually I'll go. I think a couple of the places that I want to go is like Moab, Rubicon Trail, a couple of things up here, up in Northern
I can't
California.
believe you live in California and you haven't been to the Rubicon Trail.
It's one of those things. I like going fast. And technically by fast, I only had 4 cylinders and that was only 50, 60 miles an hour because that's all I could got. But
If I lived in California, I would sell everything I had and bought a Raptor, and I would never go slow again.
I don't know if I'd buy a
totally
Raptor.
adopt a 3-runner lifestyle.
Flat bills and everything.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I want
My bling bling icon suspension, flat bill.
Yeah, I want the Dodge Ram Runner. That's the one I want. I'm a Dodge enthusiast, though.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got blue oval. I got blue oval in my family.
Oh. Well,
I grew up not too far from Dearborn, Michigan.
Well, it must be nice. It must be nice to have blue oval. Us regular folk don't have blue oval. We have just got to go talk to car salesman and say, hey, buddy, I need a hookup. And then they charge you an arm and a leg, and then you leave an arm and a leg. So we don't buy new cars.
Yeah.
And still get hosed.
Hey, my wife has a Focus. Yeah. My wife has a Ford Focus, and I've got a Toyota 4Runner.
Well, there you go.
Good times.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I think that's all we got. So, we know who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to next episode.
Next episode, we'll talk about something else, maybe some outdoor stuff. We talked a lot about off-road, so
Every time I hear someone say the next episode, I think of that Dre's, not Dre. Yeah, Dre. Dr. Dre song. And at the end, he's like, smoke weed every day.
That's pretty good.
Get that one out.
For a young man like you, that's quite the stretch there, buddy. I'm gonna have to see a driver's license, date of birth, or something, birth certificate confirming your age. So, but yeah, so
that can be the episode title.
Yeah. Smoke day. What was it? Smoke what?
Smoke weed every day. Did you say smoke dick?
No, I did not say that. That is going to be the episode title. Smoke weed every day. That will clearly send off the wrong signals. But who cares? So next week we'll plan on something. Well, maybe Wednesday for sure we have Jeremy on board, so we're going to have to figure out time. I've already sent him questions, and I don't know, we might make it an hour and a half with him and then go from there. And then maybe Max will be on there, so it'll be kind of a big episode for that one. So we'll just split that in twos. So, all right, man. We'll talk to you next week and see everybody out there next week. Whoop, whoop.
All right, thanks for having me.
Smoke weed every day. Doom, doom. See you, man.